Don't fucking touch me! Go take care of some tigers! Fuck out of here!
Another day, another dollar. It's Wyandotte, Michigan, doing some interviews for Heel Fan News. So, did one before. They're kind of fun, so let's get this done.
But he's so lumpy. How do you resist the temptation?
Unleash the beast. D, where you sitting? You get in your spot, you put the mic on. Same thing for JP. Everybody in their spot. I had to go up, I just kicked
Break my damn camera, man.
Harper, what do you think?
Well, we'll go with his idea. We can go with D where he's like, so, buddy, and or it says your new name, and then you can just like, look, dude, you know, and tell him a story how you sold yourself and you're no longer a buddy, and this is what you are now, and explain the whole demon to not demon thing.
Yeah, we just talked about the gimmick.
Right, you know? Just we'll explain the gimmick, and then so be like you're confused, like you don't know what to call him. You know, he's not in demon form, so you're like a little confused right now. So that's when he'll clear up the confusion, because there's some of those fans out there that are like, well, what is he?
Yeah.
So we're gonna help him clear that up, without him have to be in people's faces at the show talking about this is what the fuck I am. Pay attention.
Scare my stepson into coming in the shows.
Yes. All right, where's my water?
Yeah.
I like boobs.
Okay.
I like boobs.
Now, we ready to get professional here?
We like titties.
Okay, JP, can I get a count?
Hey, you know be hot. Two big chicks.
All right. You hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, hot?
Those little,
About right there.
two big chicks, just like.
I don't want to go too dark on him.
Takes a blanket.
Oh my God.
But they're just pushing them out. So what's the whole plan here? We should start shooting this lamp.
Okay.
Yeah, rub these on your nipples. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Get some Limburger cheese in their mouth.
Oh God.
Tongue punch their fart
Last
box.
two now. Yeah, I can still bring it up more if you want.
Are you
All right,
recording this?
hold on.
Son of a bitch.
I hope he is.
Or on one. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Heel Fan News. This your boy D, along with
Jonathan Presley, welcome back, everybody.
well, we're in the studio right now and have a special guest.
No, we gotta start up again.
We will.
Thanks.
All right, back again. Ready?
Dude, I was doing that.
That's
That's
good.
good. I was enjoying that.
That was really
I was
good.
digging that.
See, that's where Asmodeus comes in. Because there's no more buddy. There's no more happy guy no more. No more games. It's just me and the demon, and we're ready to take over.
So, doing some training at the House of Truth. I usually do this every week if I can. I usually help train. If not, try to work on stuff I need to improve on. Unfortunately, just a little bit ago, we just had the top rope break, and I thought I was recording, but apparently I wasn't. I took a damn picture. So yeah, that sucks. That would have been really cool for you guys to see, because when a rope breaks, it's really dangerous. But that's what I get for playing with my stupid remote and expecting it to work. Clips you see, if you notice the top rope is missing, that's why.
Separate to try for the other one. Yeah, he runs like his stuff doesn't look bad, but
And you really
the next thing. You know what I was doing like 5 years ago? Like he's doing that, like that constant movement.
And then, you remember the suplex where you slide behind him and then you change your nose? I think you would have to change your nose to your chest to get on the fire.
He's got a good attitude too.
Yeah. Post is higher now. Don't post like this on this one. Post here.
Translate.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That was good, man.
Yeah, you get it from the meat.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
He's moving.
Yeah.
He's having good money. Between both jobs, I'm done with that. I'm still pissed at $200. I get the deposit back. I lost the $300 back.
Set him where you want. Set him where you want.
Set your table. I don't want to do. I want that here. I want a little higher.
Oh no, you want him right there, baby. Yep. Yep. Ah, thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Right there.
Good job with the song. See how we get up there? I'm going to give you a group away.
Well, you know, apron.
Yeah.
I got it right there. There you go.
I'm not going to.
So what do I do when I'm not in the ring? When I'm not at training? Usually the days I don't go to training is the days that I train legs because I'm just so tired, exhausted. The legs really take a lot out of me. So I can't do legs and go to school and run around and do a bunch of stuff because it's just too tiring. So most of the time, well, I should say all the time, I usually come home here and I try to study other matches, see what people are doing. I like to combine different things. I like to see what people are doing. Say, oh, that move's cool and that move's cool. So I'm trying to morph them into something more that I like, you know, because I don't want to copy what people are doing. I like to come up with my own stuff. So that's why I'll sit here. It's like, you know, I got, you know, a buttload of, you know, wrestling DVDs here. You know, I go through and see what's good, see what's hot, see what's not. That's why I got in front of me from, you know, from promos of stuff that I'd like to say, to like big power moves I like to try, to like littler stuff. It's just a constant, you know, a learning cycle. Because, you know, wrestling, when you're a pro wrestler, this kind of consumes your life. You know, it's one of those things, it's like, yeah, I could probably just sit here and play video games all night or something like that, but, you know, I'm always trying to improve myself. How are you going to improve yourself if you don't know what's going on? So that's my train of thought of it. As far as that, I always try to like check my emails, and I might watch a couple matches and then take a break from it, and then do some emailing to different promoters and try to push myself, try to promote, try to advertise myself a little bit more. You know, because a lot of people don't realize, you know, you have to remember we are independent contractors. You know, whatever we do, we're on our own. People are not going to come to us. We have to go to them. You know, it's it sometimes can be really difficult. You know, you can sit there, like what I've been doing lately is just been email after email after email, and it sucks when you sit there for like 2 months and you don't hear anything back. I mean, that's why I don't know, some people seen I got really mad one day and posted on Facebook like, oh, you know, it takes 2 seconds to write me back. You know, it's just like, just crickets. It's your crickets, but you just gotta keep pushing, keep moving forward. I did hear back from one big promotion, kind of not saying anything yet. Turn on wrestling and trying to do this was probably a bad idea because I'm so distracted in what's going on right now. This is a really good match with Bryan Danielson and Jimmy Jacobs, Jerry Lynn, and Delirious from Ring of Honor. It's a pretty solid match. I'm getting distracted. But that's what I do though. I get sucked into this, and I used to be like a big gamer. I used to game all the time, and I just don't have time for it anymore. I'm so focused on this and trying to push myself to get to that next level. Everything else is you just got to push to the side. I mean, don't get me wrong, every once in a while I have to, you know, I can't do this 24/7. I will, you know, anybody lose their goddamn mind. You know, so this is, I'll do this for a couple hours, like 4 hours or so, and then I'll take a break and I'll watch, like, you know, maybe something on YouTube, something stupid, you know, it's funny, something to get my mind off things. So that way when I go to bed, my mind's just not racing with wrestling stuff, and I kind of can relax a little bit, you know, kind of get my head clear. If I sit here for 5 hours and I'm writing all this down and just going through things in my head, I'm just going to lose my mind. But as far as that, as I sit here and I look at matches, I'm reading over what I have. I'm also thinking about what's coming up. Like this weekend, I have Horror Slam on Friday, and I have MPWA on Saturday. So I know who I'm working on those days. So I'm trying to come together, you know, with what I like to do. You know, I like to look at the books and say, okay, because I know I'm working with Big Fish on Saturday. So he's a bigger dude, so I can't do some of my power moves on him. So I'm going to go through some of my books and kind of get an idea of like how I want the match to go, and what I can do to him, what I think what I should stay away from. Same thing for like this Friday. You know, it's a fatal 4-way. There's 3 other people in the ring. You know, and then there's me. So I gotta go through my list and see. Okay, maybe we can try this. Maybe we can try that, and try to get a better idea. So I'm not just walking into these shows going, oh, I don't know what I want to do. You know, going to the show, I have a good idea of, you know, which way I want to go, and that's to say that my ideas are going to work. You know, you might get to the show and you're like, oh, I got this great idea, and the guy you're working with just wants nothing to do with it, and that's fine. If the guy's not comfortable, he's not comfortable with it. You guys have to work together. I'll cut a promo for a promotion, which my promos, I don't know if you've seen, they're very difficult to do. A lot of makeup involved, scene setting, you know, but my promos they're worth watching. You know, I mean, they're great. I want them looking fabulous. I don't want them just some guy in front of a camera, oh, come March 2nd, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know, I mean, mine, you look at it, you're like, wow, what the hell? You know, so my promos usually take like 4 freaking hours for like a 30-second or a minute-long promo. You know, but that's what it takes. I mean, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. It's what's going to get me noticed. God, this match is really good. I shouldn't have turned this on. I'm going to have to rewind after this match. This is awesome. Don't forget my little pup. My little pup hiding behind my back, because she's freaking huge and she takes the whole couch, and she usually pushes me off of it because she's a little brat. So, what are you doing? You're taking up the whole couch, pup. You're taking up the whole couch as usual. The whole couch, puppy. Jeez.
Fucking chair shot. That should never fucking happen to begin with. You want to start fucking shooting me? Don't fucking come to me and start your fucking.
I should have took your fucking head off of that chair. I should have took your fucking head off of that chair.
Fuck you, Jeff.
You know what, buddy? And then you go maim some tigers down in Florida, why don't you?
Don't fucking touch me.
Go take care of some tigers. Fuck out in Florida. Because we all know that's what you're good for. Taking care of tigers in Florida.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Fuck you. That's why Martin kicked your ass out.
So just got an altercation with Jeff King. It was unprofessional. I was a little hot. He was a little hot over something that happened. But I mean, it is what it is. I have a couple rules. Don't mess with me before a match. Don't fuck with me after a match, and don't fuck with me after a gym because I'm like have really short fuse. I mean, it just happened. It was an accident, and we made up. I mean, Jeff is really cool, so it was just one of those things where we were just hot. So it happens. Things happen like that. Kind of shows how crazy life can get you. I actually grew up right down the street over there. I mean, I grew up in Detroit, and then we moved out here to Westland, which is bit throw away from over here. And tonight we got MPWA, and we're like right on the border of Garden City and Westland. And so this is actually Garden City, and we're in this place right here, which is really surreal for me because like literally like in this parking lot here, I used to come up here and skate, and Westland used to have like police training. They set up cones, and I used to come. There's a hill right over there I used to sit on, and I used to watch them do the police training and stuff like that. So it's kind of a surreal moment that like you never know where you're gonna end up wrestling. You know, I used to come up here all the time and never once thought I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna be wrestling in that building. So it's kind of cool. This is for my pay for the work tonight. Ready? Yeah. Oh! Wah wah.
Reason for wrestling. Stop. All right, I'm done. Let's get this ring down.
I'm done.